Number one, first, the speaker announced that day the sun was shining and it was warm. Next, he stated warm weather continued the next day, and finally he announced no change of rain. Number two, first, the speaker said that night late they expected showers, and finally he stated that rain would clean by the next day afternoon. Number three, first the speaker said that there was slight change of rain, and the next day, and finally he said that the next by evening, that evening, is turning snow. Number four, first the speaker status said that today was heading hottest on record, and next he announced Shin wind had been very strong, and it were turn us not too uncomfortable. And finally, he said that it were not typical for day. Um, Number five. First, the speaker said that at 2 o'clock in that afternoon, the temperature at the air school had been 21 degrees Celsius, and next he said that that's uncommonly warm for that time of the year, but no one complained. Number seven. First, the speaker announced a clean sky that day would be welcome relief after yesterday's thunderstorms, and but it could be a bit warmer than the day before. The temperature would be remain cool throughout on the day, and finally he suggested watching out for more rain and cold temperature the next day, but no snow yet. Number seven. First, the speaker announced all local beach was closed for the weekend because it's got dangerous wind, and next, he said that the weather would be remain cloudy and on week. Finally, he announced the temperature would be fallen below freezing that night, and there was like change of snow after midnight. Number nine. First, the speakers announced that day's high temperature of 7.5 degrees will average for that time of year. And next, he said that the record high for that day was 90 degrees, and the record low was 55. Next, he said that what were not average were not usual amounts rain they had the last fall, and finally he said that they had been unhappy to see that day clear weather and how sunshine continue on the week. Number 10. First, the speaker announced that been the rain is spring every week record rainfall the week before of the 5 inches, and next he announced rain continue that day and the rest of the week. They would cloudy sky on week, but he straightened not worrying, and finally he said that summer sunshine and clear sky sky was just around the corner. Number 11. First, the speaker says that the Poland car has his record high tech that day. Next, he said that it will last high 10 years ago, and Number 11. First, the speaker said that the Poland kept his record high that day, and it had been last last this high 10 years ago. And next, he said that recitation has caused to Poland to remain in the air longer. And next, he said that means the million of area residents would have a difficulty with and would be if experience a symptom similar to cold and bronchitis. Next, he announced no rain was back for the next 2 weeks, although those effects were advised to stay in the air conditioned environment and wear protective masks when outside. Finally, he announced the cost would be ever higher the next day. Number 2. First, the speaker said that cyclone strength wind impeded communication between the islands that day, and next he said that condition anticipated as this season would be revealed for the next 36 showers. And the National Coast Protection Agency warm on the post and regulars outside and remain aboard. Number 13. First, the speaker announced shower and thunderstorms had been scattered over the Pacific, Northwest, and while Central and Southern Pacific coast continue to enjoy fair skies. And next, he said that pleasant as the sunshine was, and the southern regions could use the weather of the northern neighbor. And finally, he announced that it had begun 3 months without any precipitation.